Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Round 10, featuring 31 exclusive sketches for this collaboration. And today's layout is by Janessa Franco. I sure hope I pronounced that right, but it's a super cute sketch. I am going to have butterflies, flowers, 4 photos, and yeah, stick pretty close to it. These are my 4 photos, and they're my granddaughter, Hope. I'm going to work on the background first. I have Stormy Skies. I was trying to think of the name of it. Stormy Skies, and I'm putting it all over the sides. The part where it's going to be covered, I didn't put it, but yeah, it looks darker in person than it does on this screen. I used one of my old stamps that's a background stamp for a card and put some stamping right down there at the bottom, and now I'm using a stencil to add some texture to my layout. And this is the radar stencil, and I'm gonna add not a whole circle but a part, and I'm using rusty hinge. And yeah, I can't think of the name of that other one that was up there, or I would tell you. This paper was left over from another layout, so rather than use 2 sheets of paper for my 4 photos, I decided to use it, and one side was already cut because of my other layout. So I cut the edge on the side that's the straightest, because that was the edge of the paper. And I didn't want to cut too much. I cut as little as I could because I already had so much off the other side that my pictures are going to hang over. And then I'm rusting it. I am inking it with rusty hinge, and I'm going ahead and add some more. And I have a stamp over there I planned on using by Stampendous, and I forgot, but I will still use it. I will think of it before I get all 4 of the photos on there. I'll have 3 on there when I think of it. And I'm just going to smooth this out and get the edges just so all is glued down pretty good. Oh, and I didn't go over quite far enough. I was so proud of myself thinking I did, but I didn't. So I had to add a little more of the ink to it. But I did put foam tape under all 4 of the photos. And here's where I remembered the other stamp. I'm using black soot, and it's a crackle looking stamp. And so I'm putting it on the bricks so that they'll look like they're out there in the woods with Hope. And they've been there a long time and they're crackling and breaking. But yeah, I used black so it'd show up better. I figured any other color wouldn't show up quite as good. I'm trying to arrange my photos a little bit just so they'll be all on there, and I'll have room for the flowers and the butterflies. I am using that Bow Bunny stamp that Debbie gave me, and I'm going to put it in quite a few places on the layout. And it's kind of like a smudge look. Well, it's a mixed media look for sure. It's all smudge, and it has like a streak in it, like water dripped down in the paint and took the paint off. And then the paint got old. But I'm just putting it here and there on the layout. And then I am, I mentioned one time in a challenge layout. Oh, those are boots prints because my title is about boots, and it's old, close to my heart one. But anyway, I mentioned that I did not have a compass stamp. How wrong was I? I found 2 after that were, included in other stamps. And this one here was on like 97 cents. It was We Are Memory Keepers. And it has like 3 stamps on that little tiny square that it came on. But I used it to put a compass on there. So she is out in the woods. And what else did I do? I put the boots stamp there because the title being boots. And I'm going to put my title right there. Well, basically, the sketch calls for it to be there. So I am putting it there. It's just that my other stuff is all moved over to the left a little bit because Hope is looking to the right of the layout on one of the photos. And so I wanted to move it over to the left a little bit. This is that Spellbinder stamp, and it has 3 layers of petals, and then it has 2 layers of, well, stamens, and then has one that you roll up to make more dimensional. Anyway, I kind of crunch it down after it gets dried a little bit. I set it over the side so it could dry, but I kind of crunch them down afterwards. And a bunch of these were already made and left over from another layout. And I'm going to have leftovers from this layout, which is nice because, then I've got them for the next layout. But it does show them in 3 spots, and I'm going to put them on this one spot right here, and it comes with leaves. And I did run those leaves through a embossing folder the last time when I did them, and I think it was an Anna Griffin one, but I have no clue what one it was. But between the inking and the embossing folder, it does add dimension to those little leaves. This is a cattail die, and it's one I just got off of Amazon. And I did take zig markers and just colored in the cattail part and these little bud looking things that are on there. I don't know if they're premature cattails or what, but I colored them a lighter color. And then I also inked them when I cut them out. But they're just going to go across the bottom. I'm not going to go all the way across because my title is going to go right there, and part of it's going to kind of curve around the cattails and just nestle down there in that corner, because y'all know how much I like nestling. And I'm kind of cutting some of these apart to make them fit together more the way I want them to fit. And yeah, there will be a little bit left over, but I figure I'll use them next time around. And there's only like one stem on each of them that can hold some foam tape, so I'm using the little skinny foam tape and putting it on it because I don't want them laying completely flat on my layout. So I put the liquid glue at the bottom and then that little piece of strip of foam tape. I'm working on the second little cluster with the flowers, and of course I'm going to work on the last, so I think I'm getting pretty close to getting done. Oh, I forgot about this. This is that mesh tape from Tape. It is not tape. It is ribbon from Hobby Lobby. It comes in 3 different rolls, and they're like seasonal. And this one's taupe. And then there is a moss one, and I can't remember what the other one looks like, but it has snow on it. So you've got 3 choices of which to put on the layout. And sometimes I forget to use this and later think, oh, I think it needs some. So even though y'all don't see it, sometimes it goes on there anyway, because it might be a few days later, like when I'm going to put it in the sleeve, I realize it. Yeah, and I stick it in there after I add just a little bit. It kind of reminds me of sticks, and the taupe one, that's what this one is. It reminds me of them more than the rest. And if you look at Hope's picture, she does have grass and sticks and stuff around her and trees. And she is sitting on a rock. And the layout really isn't so much about her pictures as it is her new boots. I made a couple pictures with a couple layouts. There I go again. I made a couple of layouts with these pictures. Well, not these necessarily, but my son took quite a few for me. And she was over and she's seen the layouts. Anyway, she said, "How about my new boots?" And she was all excited about them. And I said, "Yeah, they're really nice. They show up really good in the photo." And anyway, she hugged the album, and like if somebody does about a cute little baby, she hugged the album and says, "Oh, I just love them." Talking about the boots, not necessarily the scrapbook layout, but the new boots, because she's excited to see them in her photos on the scrapbook layout. And if you notice any red spots on her cheek, It's because her face got painted. And yeah, she's pretty proud of that too. She had to tell me all about that too. But she was super proud of her boots. Now, my butterflies, I should someday buy me a set of 3 butterflies. But instead, I've got like one from each little thing die set I got. So they're all 3 different. The one on top came in a set by itself and had the top and the bottom. That's why y'all see me put it together. But the other 2 did not. And I had to glue them down on orange paper and then fussy cut all the way around them. That's why you only seen one, because I figured why fussy cut around them in the video. But I wanted them orange and black, kind of like monarch butterflies, even though they don't really look like monarch butterflies. Well, the one on top might more than the others. But I added the orange because it is fall, and we get to see the monarch butterflies so much more in fall while they're migrating. But I want to mention that down there below, you'll find the link for the master link to all the layouts for the 30 days of sketches. So all you have to do is click on it to go and see what everybody has created. And of course, in the Facebook group, you can post yours, or on Instagram with the hashtag 30DSCBL10, I believe it is. And also, both places, you can find lots more inspiration by people that do not even do videos. So lots and lots of layouts from these sketches. And there's my title with my boot prints. And there's the cattails with little Hope posing for. I told my son to go take her on a photo shoot, and he did. And I was so proud of him because he did a pretty good job. I think he took like 19 photos, so he came through for his mama. But that's it. That's my layout. And if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. But I hope you have fun with all this inspiration that's one click away, or hop on over to Facebook and Instagram. But have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.